This was the hottest property in the sport coming out of the 2016 season on the 250. It just didn't work for whatever reason. Now we have the huge change. I think Webb is the most intriguing rider of all.
None of these, I was thinking I was tired. He's not tired no more.
Webb gets back inside, through the woods, and Cooper Webb gets his first win. Cooper Webb becomes the first two-time winner in 2019. Webb tries to get inside. Oh! Cooper Webb hits him to the line.
I give Cooper all the credit. He's doing literally everything you can do. I mean, even when he's not winning, he's second.
Webb's got the red plate. I don't know what to think anymore.
And that opened the door for Webb, who gets right into his teammate.
This will be a championship that I think will get remembered for a really, really long time.
Who will be champion in Vegas?
Roczen hasn't been the same guy. He had a good Seattle. He had a good first-round Triple Crown there in Houston, but he hasn't been the same for a while. Your body is not going to recover in outdoors.
So in 2011, I became world champion, like the first German world champion in, I don't know, 45 years or something. And I bought a Bentley. That was my first watch that I've ever bought in Germany. Cord, is that the one that you like right there with the red? I like the size. I like the big size, kind of. I mean, I like this size too, but.
He just hasn't looked as sharp. He just didn't have that edge that he had at the beginning of the season where no matter what happened, whether it was time qualifying or a qualifier or main event, you saw Ken Roczen at the front.
It's comfortable.
I like that. And this is the limited. It's number 94 out of 200 pieces.
94? That's my number. That's the number 94 of 200. I love that one. Number 94 out of 200. I think it's meant to be. Meant to be.
More importantly, they need to figure out what's wrong. But he's been pretty transparent with they're still trying to sort it out. That's the most crucial aspect of this is you can't fix anything until you actually know what's wrong.
I love it.
Kenny should have won Nashville. We know he has it in him. Can he win one of the last two races of the year? Can luck finally be on his side?
No, roll. I think it's going to be roll, double, triple.
Yeah, might be right. Because that turn is so tight too. Plus the kids' class, they don't have enough power to go 3.
It's true. It's true. The kids' class.
What about the freaking tough blocks? Like you come around one lap and it's fine, and then the wind freaking blows it right in the middle here.
That's no, it's ain't no two. They ain't leaving no tough blocks in here.
No, but they roll from the wind.
Oh, is that what happened?
You know it's windy outside?
How is it so windy in here? It's a freaking stadium. Where's the windows at? Wait, let the wind in?
Big gate.
We can have a little weather school here. Why do we get wind? Because low and high pressure collide.
I'm gonna plug every single vent in the new helmet. Plug them all.
No,
where's the helmet in there?
He used to let me eat roast beef sandwiches from, you know, Togo's or whatever?
Okay.
Togo's? Oh, dude, I was gonna say, hey, ask him if he'd let you eat a roast beef sandwich. He used to get so mad at me. I'd be eating my sandwich. He'd be looking like I could see him eating his sandwich. He'd be looking at mine like, or like ranch on my salad. He used to get so mad. We are pouring it on. It's like the milk. Huh? Oh, he don't like milk?
He's had a nice weekend off to sit around and kind of roll through scenarios in his head and say, okay, well, I don't have to do anything stupid here. The pressure's not on me anymore. All I have to do is just basically stay off the ground, and good things are going to happen.
There's two ways to look at it, and I think it's really just you make that decision on the fly, whatever situation you're in, when the gate drops in the main event. So if he doesn't get a good start, obviously goes into protection mode, defense mode, and tries to salvage as many points as possible to carry that to Vegas, to where you kind of take the pressure off at Vegas and you're not in a must situation. Going off of the last 2 weeks, Eli's obviously riding really well, so you'd want to give him the advantage, but at the end of the day, you just don't know.
Webb's got an 18-point lead. There's 2 races left. Obviously, I can totally see Eli winning the last 2, but Webb taking this thing home. His starts have been on it. He's been on it. That's how I see this thing playing out.
If one of the boys comes into the pit for some reason, you both jump on it. One guy misses 2 or 3 laps, no pit boarding, no problem.
No, no, yeah.
Either one, I don't care who it is, you give it everything you got.
Yeah, yeah. No, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, when you get into the end, you start thinking about getting more prepared and have everyone in the crew be in check.
We got to see Cooper at Nashville. We got to see him mentally allow Tomac to go by and not race him, knowing he didn't need it.
You best believe those sit-downs they've had, they're going to be like, anything green, stay away from it.
I like this one because if he gets a good jump, he's going to go in. The light riders, they did 17 laps, so it should be roughly 24, 25 in that area.
Let's be honest, man, like this is a huge moment for him. Like he's on the verge of becoming a Supercross champion.
Cooper Webb struggles in practice, not showing a ton of speed. Heat race, it was okay. Start of the main, hold shot. Follow him.
There's so much pressure from KTM. There's so much pressure on yourself. Winning this championship for Cooper Webb completes a body of life work.
Now what Cooper needs to do is he needs to stay right on the rear wheel of Eli Tomac, wear him out. Tomac is down, and then by goes Webb. It is incredible what happens for Cooper Webb. This could be a very important moment in the championship. Oh, no way! Just when he was on it, he's down again. Victory number 7 in 2019. And the most important, as a Red Bull KTM rider puts a dagger in the championship here in New Jersey. He will go to Vegas looking to take the championship home.
Hey, you have a racehorse, man. When it comes time to race, the guy can, even if he's not the fastest, he can get there somehow. He can dig deep, you know.
That's the part that's a little bit similar to Ryan, right? When the gate drops, he just go for it, you know?
I love that.
Yeah.
Mentally, he owns everybody in this class, and it's not even close. Imagine a battle, just the brains. He is a man in a class full of boys.
Roczen's not good right now. I heard he's been doing a lot of outdoor riding, and he's still trying to figure some things out.
I don't know what to point to, and I don't know that he does either. So you could tell me that he could come to Hangtown 100% ready and fit and been riding outdoors a lot, and I would just shrug my shoulders because we have no clarity at all as to what's going on with him.
I think the hardest thing is, you know, like I've been there, you know, in 2010, where you're just, something doesn't feel right, and it's so hard when you start getting tests, and sometimes it's more of an opinion than what's real.
I think the outdoors, we're going to see the Ken Roczen we were hoping to see the Supercross season. If he gets that edge, gets that roll, I mean, maybe that's the Roczen we were hoping for at Anaheim.
You know, I'm sure that Eli and Marv are at points where they're ready to move on to motocross, but they're probably at that point where they're like, this year did not go to plan. Let's at least try to leave it with the head high.
Marvin Musquin, hard to believe, 29 years old, Kevin. He will be 30 next year's Supercross season, and the last person to win that old was Jimmy McGrath at 28. Was this his last best shot? Think about this. Let's talk about the guys moving up, the guys that are there right now. This is not getting any easier to win a championship. Was this Marvin's last chance to win a title?
I would be so hungry if I was him next year, so pissed off that this is the way it ended. And the fact that he rolled in hurt, he raced himself into this championship.
Think about it, man. This championship wasn't built in 5 months. This championship was built in Cooper Webb's entire lifetime.
And he has won. Put your hands together.
His goal for the 2019 season was to win one race. I said, Coop, you got to set a higher goal. Then he said, well, if I win the one race, I'm going to get me a truck.
I just knew I had to come out swinging this year, and so far it's been good. You know, the competition's tough out there, and it's just a whole lot of fun.
Well deserved. He earned that one. We needed that.
Think about all those years grinding on the amateur circuit all that time spent towards one goal, and that is finally here.
To be able to win, and obviously if you can do it again, it always helps, but it's just nice to be racing with all these guys again and be a contender. Just racing towards the front is motivating and always exciting, and I think, obviously the first win was a huge confidence thing for me. Once that happened, I felt like I belonged up here and did everything I could every weekend to make it happen.
Who's gonna win the title? Who's gonna win the most races in the season? And who did it while never looking 1% ever out of control once? The dude owned everybody this year. Checkmate. He's a badass.
The guys that are leading, they have everything to lose, not much to gain except for the glory of the championship. Where the other guys, they can just go for broke, And as a racer, you want to stay in the moment. And when you start thinking, that's when bad things happen and your brain slows down. It's a dangerous position to be like Cooper Webb and to go through that.
You have to do what you do every weekend. You can't do anything different. Why change it now? It worked so far, and we all dream about this day, to have this pressure, to have this excitement, and of course, there's a lot of pressure, but that's what we dream about.
I mean, there's always pressure, and I think that from somebody who's experienced what he's about to experience, it's going to be the longest 20 minutes and one lap of his life.
Yeah, I'm gonna check the heart rate before I go, and then we can check it after the race. For an old man like me.
Man, that's like not very good. Like 20s.
If he wins this thing, and he will, unless the complete disaster strikes, he is going to be top 3 of the biggest surprise for the Supercross champions ever.
The last gate drop of the year. Who will be champion in Vegas? Tomac beats Webb to the corner to get the whole shot. Now, what happens to Webb? Can he stay on the pace of those battling for the podium?
All Cooper Webb has to do is finish top 20, and he will be the champion. He doesn't need to take any risk. He is just putting in his laps. He's not overdoing it. He's riding a pace that is comfortable to him.
Eli Tomac wins Las Vegas, his 6th win of the year. Here comes Cooper Webb, and the rider out of North Carolina wins the 2019 Monster Energy AMA Supercross and FIM World Championship.
Buddy, yeah, my friend. Good job, bud.
I'm so proud of you. We've waited for this day forever.
I don't even know what to say.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm so proud of you guys. Amazing, amazing.
Ken!
Hey, yes, amazing, man. Awesome.
Wouldn't be possible without you guys.
Likewise.
That night in the hotel room.
Yeah. That was a while ago,
I
huh?
remember you called me when I was about a week after my broken leg, and you don't know how much that hurt.
Hey, you deserved it, man.
The opening round press conference, they had 11 riders, I believe, up there, and the highly esteemed Cycle News journalist, Steve Cox, pointed out, hey, do you realize that there's 11 of you up here, so one of you won't even be top 10 on Saturday night? And Cooper Webb was not even one of the massive panel of riders, and he ended up being the champ.
Hey, I'm so excited. This is something that, he's always dreamed of. I was just glad to see him achieve his goals, It's just unbelievable.
I love you so much, bud. I promise you just beyond words.
Since 2000, we've been working for this, so it's been a long, long time.
We are so proud of you, to win this trophy. Since 1992 till now, there's only 9 guys who've held this trophy above their head, and you're one of them now.
It's shocking that this can be this surprising but feel very sustainable. And JT, you were going deep on, this is really dangerous now that Cooper's gotten to this level.
Have you been riding much outdoors? I know a lot of people are picking you to be the guy out there, even though Eli is a defending champion. How do you feel outdoors?
I could give a shit about outdoors right now. It's all about tonight.
All the people in the whole Supercross world in the 450 class, there are a few guys you really don't want to give confidence to because they thrive on it. Cooper Webb might be the top of my list on that.
This was a magical season that is going to be remembered for a really long time.
Moto Spy, I don't know what season, but that's a wrap.